G'day, Kenny here, Pet Machines HQ, and today I'm working on my PennyFarming. So if you haven't seen the previous video about this and kind of get you caught up to speed with where I am today, you can go back and check that one out. But as a quick overview, she's a motorbike and it's designed in the style of the penny farthing bicycle, or big wheel or high wheel, whatever they call it. And so I got a tractor tyre, made the whole front end for it, all the spokes and rims and everything. This is all oil drum steel, lawnmower front, steering wheel. That is a Kohler 161 or something, K161 engine, a little an old vintage 4-stroke. And then I've got space saver rim with a tractor tyre on it. I think that's designed for like your 4-wheel drives and stuff. Good old tractor seat, fuel tank, got some pegs, this drive system, and today I'm going to be working on the steering. So at the moment it's kind of a proof of concept, a bit of plywood, some sprockets and chains and cables and stuff. So I'll pull that front end off and I'll show you a bit what I've got to work with. It's very much a proof of concept vehicle, but hoping it's going to drive, so we'll get into it. So I don't know where this stupid idea came from. I guess you could just about call it Mark 1 farm bike. But yeah, stupid idea. I don't know if it's going to actually work or not. I haven't actually got to the stage yet of even being pushed on it, because that's sort of why I want to get the steering done first. See if it's actually possible to even control. And if it's not, I will come to that. Cross that bridge when we come to it, but I don't know. We'll start off with training wheels, and if it's still impossible on 2 wheels, then we might look at going to 3, or maybe a dually rear end or something. I like to keep it narrow. So now I've got that off. You can't really see much in there yet. I'll pull the steering wheel off, pull the guts out, and see if we can upgrade that steering and get it actually working effectively. So this has been built with a lot of random parts, and pretty much whatever, I don't know, it's got $0 in it, I think. And that's sort of my style. I mean, I could go and buy new parts for it and stuff to try and get it working properly, but I'll be more figuring it out as I go. Let's see if I can get this out. It's loose. I'll try and undo the back end of it somehow. Got to remember how this all goes together. Don't know how this comes out. There we go. Oh, have a look at this monstrosity. So what I've got going on here is the whole steering setup that I came up with. It's proof of concept, but I think it might work. It's going to need some upgrading. So we've got here the big sprocket, which is attached to the steering column. And then it's got a couple of idler sprockets in there too, just to bring the chain out. So we can just turn that steering wheel, it'll move the forks left and right. That's hoping the forks don't also move forward and back. We'll see what happens. That'll slacken up the steering. But the only upgrade that I need to make on this is replace that MDF with some oil drum steel. And then I'll put a heavier cable on as well, and then get it back in the bike. I will need to add in some extra little pulleys there for the cable to go around. But apart from that, I'm happy with how that's looking. So I'm happy with the shape of these, and I'll just reproduce in steel, as long as I can get this one out. It's all bike parts, eh? Somewhere there. So handy having the proper tools. Well, proper. Ha! So handy having tools. Just makes life a bit easier. So I got that all back together, and it's working really well. I'm quite happy with this. It doesn't look, I mean, it looks like a lot of moving parts for steering, but I think it's going to be quite reliable. There's nowhere for that chain to go, it can't skip, and the two sprockets are close enough together that it's not going to jump between them either. So I'm quite happy with that. I'll get it fitted back into the PennyFarming. So I've gone and jammed the steering box, shall we call it, up inside, run the cable and kind of just screwed it on. So we've got a bit of steering going on. It's very sloppy, there's a lot of friction in the system. I'm missing, like, I should have a few more pulleys and whatever, but yeah, there's not much holding the steering mechanism onto this steering rod, but it's still, I don't know, just doesn't quite feel right. There's a lot of friction in there, so maybe if I tighten everything up. The cable isn't running through a pulley here, it's just running through that sheathing that comes, so I might put a pulley there and see if that loosens it up a bit. But yeah, if that's not going to work, then my fallback is to put handlebars off it, sort of like the old Harley style ape hangers a wee bit, sort of the old fashioned sort of, I guess, the cruiser bike handlebars off, and they'll be way easier to hook up. I do like the style of the steering wheel, so I'll push on and see if I can tweak it to get it so I've got a sort of a feeling it's going to work, and then I can go on further from there. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, and if I can come up with a solution for the steering wheel, I'll do that and push on. So I've gone and fitted in there. I put some extra bracing in as well, and run a heavy duty cable through the back of the fork, just so it's in line with the pivot point of the front steering piece, whatever that is, and then wrap around these bolts, and I'll put another clamp on there as well. And there's actually, works out, hardly any play in the wheel now, and it can turn one-handed, there's no creaks, so hopefully that's gonna do the job for, well, for at least testing. And here's hoping that I can actually ride it. So it's actually steering quite well now. Not much play in the steering wheel. It will get a wee bit easier. It's a little bit of weight on the steering wheel at the moment, but once rolling that should ease up quite a bit. And also you can lean into the corners on it. Oh, it's good fun. Oh well, I'm quite pleased about that. That's actually worked out quite well. I was getting quite nervous if this whole steering system was going to work or whether I'd have to go to handlebars or something. But anyway, next video I'm going to look at the drivetrain, get that rolling, so at least it's going to be able to power itself along. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.